Hi and Assalamualaikum to our respective lecturer, which is Madam Norita. Okay, for this discussion is about our mini project for PEC 300, which is the management skills. Okay, for our project, we are currently conducting a mini research about the awareness, knowledge and prevention about depression among the MSU student. So our title for this project is the awareness of mental abuse, which is the depression. So why we choose only among the MSU students? It is because it's more easier for us to reach them, which is the MSU student, as we also the MSU student. So we also only need very little respondent, which is we need minimum respondent about 50 people. The aim for our project is to collect the data about the knowledge, awareness and prevention about the mental abuse problem, which is the depression. In addition, we also want to create and spread awareness about mental abuse problem and how important it is for all the MSU students to take care of their mental health. In this project, we had been create a Google form, which is there is some question that need to be filled in by the respondent, which is the MSU student. All the question in the Google form is all are related to our objective in this project, which is the knowledge, awareness and prevention about the mental abuse problem. Besides that, we also had been create a poster and flyers to give more better understanding about depression to all the MSU student. So with this poster, all the MSU student can have better understanding about what is depression and what is the sign and symptom of depression, how to treat depression, and who you need to seek for help if you had a mental abuse problem. So this poster is very helpful for all the MSU student and all MSU community for them to have better understanding in mental abuse problem or depression. For this project committee, we stand for 6 members, which is me as the president for this project, and Farah Najihah as the secretary, Syamimi as the treasurer, and Aisyah Inursarah as the head of media, Aimal Zharfan as the head of promotion, and lastly Joseph as the head of logistics. For media team, they will create a poster and flyers to distribute to all the MSU community so that they can have better understanding about the knowledge, awareness and prevention for the mental health problem. As for the media team, which is the Aimal Zharfan, he will create a Google form in order for us to collect the data among the MSU student about their opinion in knowledge, awareness and prevention about the mental abuse problem. Besides that, the media team also doing an interview from a patient that had mental health problem. So we want to know the patient opinion and how they prevent or how they treat their mental health problem. So that's all from me as the president of this project. I will pass this discussion to my other team members for them to explain more detail about the poster, the Google form about this project.
Assalamualaikum and hello, my name is Farah Najihah and I am the secretary of this group called Money Heist. So in this project, as a secretary, what I do is that I mostly record the minute meeting of the meetings that we had. And besides that, I also organize the organization chart that we have done together. So how we've done it is that we discuss together about who is going to hold the role, and in this organization chart, as you can see, there is the president, secretary, treasurer, head of media, head of promoter, and also head of logistics. So for president, we had choose Muhammad Harith to become the president of our group. secretary by me, Farah, and then Syamimi will hold the position as a treasurer. And then there is also head of media, which is held by Aisyah Inursarah. Head of promoter is held by Aimal Zharfan, and also head of logistics is held by Joseph Chantharasegeran. So all of this, we've had come a conclusion about who suits the role together, and I have recorded all in a piece of paper, and then I transfer it into a document for us to see it together. So for the WBS chart is also done by me. I am the one that have did this, and also the WBS chart is basically about our project. So for our project, what we have done is called the Raising Mental Health Awareness, and we have mostly focused on depression. So in this WBS chart, what we have done is that we have put the work, the amount of percentage of work that we would like to focus on each of the project that we had discussed together, and also the budget that we would like to do. So the budget for this project that we are conducting is that we budget for 200 ringgit as a whole, and we divide it into three, which is for media, promotion, and also for logistics. So for media, the person in charge will be Mimi, Syamimi, and also Aisyah Inursarah. So the work that we allocate for them is 65%, and also the budget that we have given for them is only 35 ringgit. So how is this 35 ringgit going to be held together is by for the flyers, posters, and also video. So flyers, or also known as pamphlet, we decided to give 30 ringgit for them to print and also distribute to people around MSU if we can. And also we decided to give 5 ringgit for one poster only, where you would like to paste it if we get to the PEC Carnival. So for this, the content of the pamphlet and also poster will be taught by Syamimi and also Aisyah Inursarah. And for video, it is actually a video of interview, and I will be talking about it later on. For this support of the mental health awareness that we are doing. So, and then sorry. And then next is the promotion. So for promotion, the person in charge is me, Farah, and also Aimal Zharfan. So we decided to do survey and also booth decoration. So for survey, we decided to give no budget, zero budget, because we are only doing this online and we can do it in Google form. So for this survey, Aimal had already done the survey, and also we had distributed from WhatsApp to emails and also other platform that we can use like social media like Instagram, Twitter. So the work that we allocate for survey is 10%, and for booth decoration is 5%. For the booth decoration, we decided to not use a lot of money, because we decided to use some things that are only can found in our home. Then there is also the logistic that is charged by Joseph and also Harith. So the budget that we had allocated for them is 165 ringgit, and all of this is for renting the booth and also other necessities. Necessities is such as like booth decoration, probably like tapes or maybe some ribbons for this mental health campaign. And renting the booth, we decided to choose Concourse MSU for our venue. So that is some bits of my role as a secretary for this group. And then, well, the next thing that I had done in participating this project is that I had done an interview with a person. Her name is Nurina. So what she had done is that her background, I'm sorry. So her background is that she is actually a graduate from Sunway University with a bachelor of in psychology, and now she is working as a HR in a Shell. In Shell, sorry, in Shell Business Operation. So before this, she had her intern in a hospital where she became a therapist for pediatric, where she had handled with people like autism, children with autisms, and also other kinds of it. So in this interview, I had interviewed her for 5 questions about depression, and we had discussed and share our thoughts together about it. So it began with asking her about what is mental abuse, and then we discussed about does student nowadays has a lot of depression because of like assignments, submissions, deadlines, and also this lead to like the next question, if we can cope depression, how is coping with depression is, and then we discuss about how to treat people who has depression, like how a friend or a family member should treat he or she if they decided to tell them that they have depression, and how does they should react to this type of situation. And it ended with an interview where I asked her some advice to students, more specifically about how to deal with mental abuse, because I feel like we feel like this is also something that should be discussed together as a whole. So in this interview too, she had given herself a lot of advices for us, and she had also thought about what is the sign and what is the symptoms of depression that a person should observe if they had one, and also about what are some things that should be done correctly if we do observe ourselves that we have depression. So these are some things that we had discussed together in this interview. And if for more of it, I had post in YouTube on this interview itself. So this is some preview of it. So those are some things that we had discussed together about depression. So more of it, it will. I also had attached this video to this campaign awareness video itself. So that is all from me for my participation in this project. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hasni, and I'm a treasurer of my Najihah group PEC300 management skills. In this project, we apply the management skills into our campaign that are about mental abuse, which is specifically about depression. Why we decide to choose this topic? Because depression are very popular among teenagers, especially among the students. So MSU has so many students. Besides, if we do campaign about mental health awareness, more people will be more aware to their friends and surroundings and so on. Okay, back to the main topic. What is my job scope as a treasurer? As a treasurer, I need to collect the funds in order to make the campaign successful, and unanimously want to collect the funds from our members. Where is the money will be used? The money will be used to buy the preparation things for booth preparation, such as decoration, tablecloths, and so on. There are so many things that we need to buy in order for our campaign to become successful. And just other than that, we spend the rest of the money to buy the mineral water, bun, bread, and a little souvenir to give to the students during the PEC carnival. Okay, the flow of income and outcome of the money will be always recorded in the Excel or in the file that we already did. And then besides that, being a treasurer is also part of my other than that, I also other than a treasurer, I also a part of media team, which I also need to do a pamphlet to the students about our depression campaign. So I will show you the pamphlet to you as I speak. Okay, we are going to distribute this pamphlet. Okay, you can see this pamphlet. We are going to distribute the pamphlet during the PEC carnival to the students about depression and about our booth. So as you can see, there are 6 sections of this pamphlet, where the front page will look like this and how it has our group name on it. Okay, the illustration is about the person who has depression. So I make it like this so that we could attract more people about more interest in people about depressions. And then the next page is introduction about depression. And if you can see that depression is about something, a mental health issue that we didn't know it exists among us. And then if we tell, because there's not many people know about depression, and not many people know how to differentiate anxiety, depression, and so on, because mental health, there are so many mental health issues. So I put it as in our introduction part so that they could differentiate what is the depression is and so on. Okay, the next page is the introduction and depression, and the third page is about the sign and symptoms. As you can see, as you can read, there are many signs of symptom. There are many common signs of symptom. Also, we as a normal persons, as we speak, we also have the same symptom. But as I said at the last point, that you need to consult with a doctor or with doctor so that you could know that if you are actually having a depression or not. So never diagnose yourself if you think that you have depression. So if you think that you have depression, you need to consult with a doctor to confirm it. Okay, so then the fourth page is about how to treat people who with depression. So this is the most crucial part of the pamphlet, as many people does not know how to react if their friends have depressions. So I already list how to treat the depression people, because there are so many people till this day doesn't know how to treat their friends. Especially in this case. So first thing first, actually the first thing how to help a friend or family with depression is to educate ourselves by doing this campaign, by joining a campaign, by reading more. So like I put in the pamphlet, I put a lot of info about depression. So the first thing to do if you want to help someone with depression is to learn more about the illness. If you have never suffered from depression, it can be very difficult to empathize with someone who is. So there are a lot of very good resources online that you can refer to. So you have to revise more. Okay, so there are so many. Become a good listener, encourage them to get help, offer practical help, keep them in the loop, don't try to be an expert, don't belittle this condition, and be patient. Especially you have to be patient. Okay, so I think that's for treat and how to treat your friends with depression. So next is about mental health. Next page is about mental health Malaysia call hotline. So this is the number that I got from the internet recently, and it's actually about an organization that deals with people who feel like they are having mental issue and so on. So if you feel like you cannot help yourself and you find that your people that your friends and your family also can help you, so I think you might want to call this hotline, or you can also go to the hospital and consult with a doctor. So if the student other than that, if the student witnessing someone that wants to die or so on, they could contact this number, or they could just contact 1911. And the last page is about the quotes to the student who with depression. So this is our pamphlet for our campaign. So it's my job scope as a treasurer and as a part of media team.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Aisyah Inursarah, and now I will explain on my part of this campaign video awareness. So as you all know, my group choose mental health awareness campaign, which is the depression. And depression may occur in every individual from the young age until the old age. So during our discussion, my role is to make a poster awareness, and in this video, I will explain on the poster awareness. And as you can see here, this is our poster awareness. So moving next is, in this poster, I had included that what is depression, percentage of the depression, symptom of depression, and the contact number. So what I will briefly explain on the what is depression. Depression is a major depressive disorder, and it is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affect how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. And it can lead also to a variety of emotional and physical problems, and can decrease individual ability to function at work and at home. So next, I will explain on the symptom of the depression. And the symptom of the depression includes sadness, loss of appetite, no concentration, and thought of death, and so on. As you can see on the poster, there is many more. And also, I had include on what can you do to reduce depression. And there are some examples, which is travel, seek for help, especially doctor, listen to music, and having a positive thought, and many more. So these are the contact number that you can call or seek for advice, and these hotline are 24 hours working. So I would like to say that in our poster, I had included some information such as how to cope with depression, what to do, who to seek help, and some other information more. So we suggest to do depression campaign or awareness because we as a student know on how much work to do within short duration of time, and that make us feel down sometimes if we did not complete the work within the time. And then some students did not know how to handle this mental health that can lead to suicide, which this is more common issue in Malaysia nowadays. So I had included some information for the individual with depression or the victim with the depression. Some know that there are many ways to cope with these issues, and I hope that the victim know that they are not alone in this critical situation. And I have also, after I had done with all these posters, I will spread the awareness using media social such as Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp. So this application helps others to gain more knowledge and know this mental health awareness issue, which is the depression. So I think that is all for the poster from me. So thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum and hi madam. So now I'm going to present about our campaign video. So my role in our group is the head of promotion. So my task that I have been given by our leader, my responsible is to do the Google form. So by using this survey Google form, we get to know that many students doesn't aware what mental abuse depression is. So throughout this survey, we already collected around 25 respondents, and you can see we are targeting about 50 respondents, but for now we only have 25. And there are several sections that we already did, which is the first one is demographic informations. This is where we gain all the points about the person's age, about the person's gender. So we want to know which gender has the most know about the depressions, and also we think about the race also. And the next section, we move to the second, which is we have the knowledge section. This is where all the questions come around about the knowledge of questions. Okay, there is some example we can see here, which is for example, where I can take is, do you know about depression? So if the persons know about depression, then they have to click yes. If they doesn't know about depression, they can no. And if there is some doubt about depression is, so they can maybe. And there is also some question about which of the following factors can cause depressions. So this is actually is multiple choice questions. So you can choose any box that you think that this have any factors that can lead to depressions. And next section, we move to the second, which is about awareness about depressions. So this awareness of depression is actually about what does other things that can relate to depression. So as you can see here, there is several questions about depressions awareness. And for example, I can take is, do you believe that depressions can be controlled? And yeah, for me, I believe that depressions can be controlled, but not can be controlled by like self help. Like we cannot just control by ourselves. We need some support. We need some counseling that can raise up our self esteem. That's can cure the depressions, but maybe not fully, but halfway. And the next section, we have the prevention of depression. So this section mostly about questions on how does we manage the depressions and how does we prevent depressions can happen for any particular individual. So as you can see, there's one questions here, which is how do you think we need to manage the depression? So there is several answers there that you can choose. Which one do you think that can manage depressions? And there's also the last section, which is about yourself. Okay, so why we include this section here? Okay, this is because we want to know if there is individual that you know have a feeling, have a feeling that, oh, I'm having depressions, I'm having like low self-esteem. So this is where this actually is confidential informations. We're not going to put this around in the any kind of social media. It just like remain in this Google form, just for our knowledge, for our data, that we can know like how many people that have been down. Is there any kind of thoughts that, oh, I'm failure, I'm worthless, I'm want to kill myself? So this is the question that we can aware that is there any people that have signs and symptoms of depressions. And yeah, this is actually is your self reflections. So if you want to answer, then you can answer. If you're not uh you know personally, if you take this kind of personal questions, then you don't have to answer, because this is like about yourself. If you think that you want to make yourself better, then I think this kind of question is very good for you. And yeah, I think for Google Form, that's it. And also, I also help others, my group members, preparing all the major projects, and we also, produce this video for that people know that how we conduct our project, how we, collect our data, how we, all that stuff. And also, I would like to say, I gained many much throughout this, campaign, all these major projects, because depressions is not one of, like, you cannot take control of depressions, because depressions is one of it's not that yet. It's like, uh, can be harmful to other society, can be harmful to that particular individual, because if we didn't treated this depression, so many people will like go have a low self-esteem that can lead to loneliness, very long of bad mood, and also can lead to self thoughts of who want to kill themselves. So I guess also this we are also doing this survey, and also my other coworkers, which is Farah Najihah, she also doing interview, and this is where we collecting some data about how does this person experiencing, or maybe know about others people experiencing the depression. So by doing this collecting of data, then we can know, is there any significant differences in terms of knowledge, awareness, or maybe prevention. So I guess that's all from me. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, my name is Chantharasegeran, and I want to explain about my role in this campaign in this video. So, my role for this campaign was logistic leader. So, basically, when I say logistic leader, our mind will go for buying things and so on. And yeah, I'm in charge for buying things for this campaign. So, there are so many things to buy for this campaign, like, for example, decoration for the booth, some refreshments, and so on. So I did some survey on these things to buy, where I will search where I can get those things in a cheaper price or worth it price. So here I'm using planning skills that I've learned during my PEC300 management skill class. So why I'm doing this, because I want to do everything in a correct way, and I make sure that I'm going in the right path. So furthermore, as a logistic leader, I have to book a venue for this campaign. So I contacted SRC department to set a booth and choose a venue for this event. So as a logistic leader, I only had this much of work only. So in the meantime, I was helping my team members with this campaign so that everything will go in a flow and in a right manner. So like, for example, I'd help my team members to do Gantt chart and so on. Next, I just want to let you all know that logistic is not only for buying things, set a venue, and so on, but it involves in various types of things out there for logistic. So logistic can also be split into 4 roles depending on their own field. So these are procurement logistic, production logistic, recovery logistic, and lastly will be recycling logistic. So logistic work is different depending on the field that what we choose. So, but in common logistic is about the overall process of managing how resources are acquired, stored, and transported to the final destination. So these are about the logistic role and about my role for this campaign. And that's all from me. Thank you, everyone.